Well, today's the day. So I've done some testing on this, and it seems to work if I assemble it from the front. The damage to the case that happened when that old crystal got shoved in, the case itself still does hold the crystal in. So I'm going to assume that works. Which means I'm going to assume that I can go ahead and rebuild this thing. So that is what I'm going to do. I did an experimental clean on the case just for fun to see how it shined up, and it shined up pretty well. Okay, let's get this thing apart. Fingerprints. Isn't that the strangest little thing? Oh, I see. It's sort of it's a screw lock, I understand. Come on, up we get. Up, 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 up. There we go. Oh, that's a neat little diddly. Okay. Okay. I'll go through my stack of NOS stuff and see if I've got a crown that'll fit this. Oh, come on. Oop, I got them both. It's kind of a tight clearance on this hand stack. Tell you that for nothing. Come on. Up we got. Let's go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to want to take apart this component separately on its own. A little reverser jigglies. Let me put that there, put that over there so we know where that is. So here's the movement minus its automatic winding assembly. Isn't that neat? Did we even get this running? Okay, well, your train is good. Look at that, it's a runner. Look at it go. Well, we'll see. Tell you, it's dirty. Tell you that for nothing. Down our mainspring. Mainspring is all let down. You could see that it was just not running, and that was at full power, and it was not running. Now you see Seiko, see this crown wheel, these crown wheels, they're reverse threaded. I mean, the screws are for them. That's typical because of the way the direction of travel. This screw head is not marked as being reversed. Reversed, normally you would have 2 extra lines on the top to tell you it's reversed. Seiko always does it that way. But if you didn't know your business, you thought this was just a regular screw, you'd try to loosen it while tightening it, and you'd do it to the point that you'd snap the threaded section off, and then you'd be screwed. So, that's annoying. See, Seiko did a better job. Got us a little bushing right there. Look at that. Isn't that neat little bushing? Okay, dirty, dirty. Okay, let's keep going. Got us a barrel and train bridge. Let's get that off of there. No, I'm sorry. Unlike Seiko, which loves having barrel and train bridges, this is just a barrel bridge. And Seiko did it on some of their stuff, like the 6600s They did a lot of those hand winders. They did those. Barrel and train bridge like that. Boop. Boop. Oopsie daisy. Up we come. Let's go. Good morning. Time to wake up. What a crazy setup. What a crazy setup. Huh. That's bananas. So in case you're wondering, there's your ratchet, your click is right there. There's one part of it, there's the other part of it. Very, very interesting. I'm gonna open this barrel when I can get right on top of it. And I am gonna open it because it's gonna need to be cleaned. Okay, yeah, I wanna be right on top of that when I open that up. That is some pretty wild stuff. Okay. That's bananas. One plate, 3 different screws. Short, medium, long. What was somebody thinking? Up we go. Come on. Up we get. Okay, so that's the train part of everything is all stripped away. So now I'm going to get the dial off and pull the front part of the movement. Boy, they weren't fooling around. Okay, I have this essentially apart. The keyless works are still together, but I want to take this apart off camera because it has a really fine little spring in it. I got to take your barrel apart. I want to be right on top of that when I do that. This is the rest of your stuff. There's the main plate. It's all stripped down. And that's it. So let me take this stuff apart, run everything through the cleaner. I'm going to work on your case, try to get some of this crunch damage out of here that happened somehow, and see if we can get better. Okay, you're going to see me come back maybe when it's running. We'll see. Okay, Saul, I have 100% no idea what numbers we're going to get out of this thing. I mean, it's serviced, and it replaced your mainspring, which I'll talk about later on, assuming I get any usable numbers out of this thing. I don't know what the lift angle for this movement is. It's an Schild 1680. I'm just going to go for 52 because that's what I'm hoping. Well, I was expecting some kind of disaster. Not disaster, but I had no idea what to expect. That's quite decent. One of the reasons that's so decent, this thing has a fixed stud carrier, which means I can't adjust the B error, assuming there was any, without disassembling the balance and rotating the collet for the hairspring. And I don't have to do that. At least dial down, I don't have to do that. Now, I mentioned your mainspring. Here's your old one. It came out in pieces. It's supposed to have a slipping bridle that was right here, and it just snapped off. But you might find it extremely interesting to know where your replacement mainspring came from. Why, it came from Seiko, because a 7619 mainspring drops right in, and that is what is inside this watch right now. A Seiko 7619 sliding bridle mainspring. So this is, I'm pretty happy so far, but let's see how happy I am after we try this thing dial up. Are you all nice and firm? Ideally, we shouldn't see much of a change of anything in terms of amplitude or beat error or accuracy. We should be the same. This is good. Just way better than I didn't know what to expect. I certainly didn't expect that I wouldn't have to adjust it. I mean, I will adjust the accuracy, but look at the overall numbers. I also had to replace your lower diaphix setting. The jewel and the cap jewel were just kind of hacked up and stuck together, so I replaced them. Those I had. Well, I'm delighted. It should be a great timekeeper for you. Now, I haven't put on the automatic winding or any of that stuff, so that's another thing to consider, but straight running, I can't complain. That's pretty nice. Now all I have to do is hope I can get the case together. I mean, I've already done it once before, but boy, it'd be a bummer if I couldn't get that to work out now that I've got the movement serviced. Look at how steady that is. You see, look, 18,000 BPH. There's nothing wrong with 18,000 BPH. Some people are like, oh, I want a high beat. These things are stately and solid. And there's nothing wrong with them. It's Saul's watch.
What's it doing?
It's doing good things, which I can't believe.
Why can't you believe it?
Because the mainspring was broken. This movement was made by a Schild. It's a European company. Mainspring's broken. Where am I going to get a mainspring for this thing?
I don't know.
Oh, I did it. I looked up Jules Burrell Comparative Parts Database. A Seiko 7619.
Wow.
Auto mainspring drops right in.
Wow.
So this watch, Saul's watch, is now part Seiko. And wow, look at the numbers. They just did a jump. It's settled.
Yay.
Nice, nice, nice. Even better numbers. Excellent. Yeah, Just like my dad said, you gotta let the lubricant slop around. But he was talking about Volkswagens. Wow. Okay, I am going to go ahead then, because I've got to hunt down. Okay, your crown is ancient. I'm going to see if I've got a vintage replacement crown that's new old stock that'll fit. I did find your stem. Your stem is all rusted. Like, it's functionally there, but the whole outside is rusted solid. I happen to have one stem, and if I find a crown that fits, I'll use that for you too. So get you a new stem and a new crown. Let's see if we can make this happen. Okay. Okay, Saul. You can't really see it, but there it is. You can see that. I might take it up just a hair. No, I'm not going to bother with that right now. I've got to put the case back on. Numbers are good. I have the case essentially assembled. Let me gingerly and carefully put the case back on, and we'll talk about your watch. This took, because I'm having to basically build and adjust the movement while assembling the case simultaneously, I've had to go back in a few times. So far, so good. Well, there it is. This is the box you sent me. Neither one of your crystals worked. This is actually a crystal out of my stuff. It's a new old stock, very old, 30.8 millimeters. It dropped in. Your case is heavily damaged around the edge, and so I actually, as much as I tried to prevent it, there are a couple scratches around the outside because there's no, the shelf to support the crystal is gone. So this would go in too far and then come back until I was able to get it to sit where it was. This crystal's in here. I wouldn't go skydiving with it and try to, reduce the number of doorknobs you hit with it if you can. The movement is fine. It's going to give you a great time. This is your original crown. I went through so many of my crowns. All of my new old stock, generic replacement Swiss stuff, never found one that fit all of the characteristics. Some would fit the crown tube, some would fit the depth, some would fit the stem, but I never found one that would do all of those together. So there's that. And the gasket actually has a little bit of oomph left to it. But I would not treat this watch as water resistant in any way. I would treat this watch as water absorbent, actually. That I think would be the right way to put it. The case cleaned up nice. I just took the haze off it and polished it like it was silver. There it is. Well, it's hard to believe this watch has been in pieces and dead since poor Jonathan was died. It's crazy to think. I mean, Jonathan died in 2014, so that's crazy that he's been gone so long, but secondly, that this watch has been in pieces for so long. I'm looking forward to you getting it back and being able to wear it and enjoy it. It's cool that it's an automatic with a slipping bridle. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I wasn't. Yeah, looks good. So we need to figure out basically how we're going to do this. because there was some funky stuff in here, but whatever. You let me know. And that's it. I love the fact that it's got a Seiko mainspring in it, though. That's super cool.